I'm here in the Seattle area of Washington State, and this weekend I stopped by the Emerald Queen Casino to place a bet on sports. In the casino at the sportsbook kiosks, I placed a bet on hockey. I wanted to bet on the Anaheim Ducks beating the LA Kings, even though the Ducks had plus 240 odds. There were two reasons I thought they'd win. First of all, they're called the Ducks. You always bet on the Ducks. And second of all, I had read that they had a special science day the other day. The Ducks were teaching high schoolers about science and I suppose the properties of ice and, giving back to their community, which is all very precious. And I just felt that all their good deeds would help make them happy, and then they'd be so happy that they would just win the next game. And so it was that I went to place my bet, and I put $50 into the machine and selected the money line. Because of the low odds that the Ducks would actually win, I stood to collect a massive $120 payout if they did. And so I sat at the sports book, got myself a free drink, and watched the game. For the first two periods, nothing happened at all, and they stayed at 0-0. And then somewhere in the middle of the third period, the Ducks scored the first goal of the game by someone named Brian Dumoulin, or Brian Dumoulin for francophones. But before that period was over, much to my horror, the Kings scored a goal too. And so the two teams were tied going into overtime, and it was just torture to just keep waiting to see what would happen. And it stayed tied throughout overtime, so they did this sort of sudden death thing called a shootout. And I guess whoever just scored something. And finally, we did get a shootout shot from Leo Carlson, and the Ducks won the game. Of course they did. They're the Ducks. And so I cashed out $170 from the cashier at the casino and walked out $120 richer. And with that money, I took my family out to eat at this really nice revolving sushi restaurant. Because when you give back to others like the Ducks do, you always win in the end.